party people? Happy Friday, happy Vibe Day. What's going on? Matthew, what's going on? Hey, here we are. Now we are live. We're both live on Instagram and on YouTube. My man Stutter's troubleshooting the shit out of everything. How's everybody doing on this Friday? Friday Vibes with Q. Y'all know the deal. Let me fix this camera here. This camera's good. Matthew, what's going on? Eddie, Rad. Who do we got over here? We got Gorilla Strong. We got my man Martin Vasquez. Nitty McNuggets. Yeah, everybody's here. All the party people. Yo, Gorilla, thank you for that. Thank you very much. I appreciate. Remember, over in YouTube, you got the super stickers and the super chats. Thank you very much for your donations ahead of time. Yes. Hey, yo, what up? Today we're going to tell some stories today. We're going to tell some stories. Yeah, man. Jay Bugsy, my brother, what's the deal? I just found out C-Res Walls has been locked up since 2020. Yeah, he's been locked up for quite some time, man. I don't know what the circumstances are, and you know how I do, the drama stuff. That's good, Matthew. It's Bianca. What's the deal? Eddie Rad, yes, again. So, ladies and gentlemen, Friday Vibes, you know it's more of a free form. Hey, yo, Stutters, you gonna leave that door open? Cool. You know it's more of a free form thing, but I do have some stories to tell tonight, so just bear with me. Insta G-Van, what's the deal? Demigod's linked up with Ghost Boogie for B-Boys Underground. That's what's up. And we back. Machiavelli, what's the deal? DJ Darko, what's going on? So, first of all, a couple of announcements, if you haven't noticed. Yesterday, I was actually caught off guard. I was surprised. I had done some songs with Sonny from the band POD. And last night he released one of them. And he didn't give me a heads up. Well, I give him a little grace because he's on the POD is currently on tour, so I know how that life is. He's kind of like in the all over the place headspace. So, you know, I'll give him that. I'll give him the space to not include me in the release. But it's all good. Overall, the song is out. It's called Talk to God. It's a track that I produced. So I produced a few tracks for Sonny, and from what I understand, 2 of them will be coming out. So the first one already came out. It's called Talk to God. And the second one will be coming out, I guess, in a month or so. So if you haven't heard it, it's called, the name of how he's releasing is called Sonny Dread, SONNYDREAD. And the name of the song that I produced for him, and I'm also rhyming on, is called Talk to God. There's also another song that he put out. He put out 2 songs in one night. The game is going crazy, son. But he put out 2 songs in one night, and they are out. The other song that I want to talk about is Walk Amongst Us. It's a song that I did for Leeds Entertainment, and I'm very excited about. Hey, yo, Stutters, could you do me a favor? Could you go on to Instagram and bring up Leeds, Leedz Entertainment's page? I got to read off some credits when you get a chance. Thank you. This guy right here. You mind if I look at this real quick? Okay, so it's called Walk Among What Remains. It's myself, Ill Bill, Wildcard, and Right Hook. And the song has a very like hip hop meets like a rock vibe to it. And it came out really good. So if you get a chance, check out the new song, Walk Among What Remains. Walk Among What Remains, featuring myself, Ill Bill, Wildcard, and Right Hook. Produced by Archetype. And Leeds Entertainment came through with a dope track. So if you get a chance, check it out. I have it up in my story on Instagram. I'll have links on this as well. So check it out. Those are the 2 songs so far that came out. So it's Talk to God with Sonny Dread and the other one that I just mentioned. So that's what's going on so far. Yeah, it does. It has a little bit of a Heavy Metal Kings vibe. Thank you, Nitty, for checking that out in advance. Doc Swift, what's going on? Still sipping. What's going on? Now, what else did I want to talk about? I wanted to. Oh, so there is one more qunique song coming out this year. From what I understand, the date that we agreed on. What's going on, Yeesh? So the final qunique single for 2025 will be coming out December 12th. It's called Put It in the Air. It's a song about manifestation. Let's just leave it at that. So keep an eye out for that. You know how I do. I'll be announcing the release and all of that as we get closer and closer to the single itself. So very excited. One more single for what I do at the end of this. Thank you, brother. At the end of this. Oh man. Oh man. What's up, Joe Navarro? What's going on? Who else is in here? Okay. And we'll talk about that song as we get closer to it. But December 12th, the last qunique single for 2025. Yes, exactly. It's crazy because when the song with Leeds Entertainment came out, I was like, okay, that's cool. And then I had a couple of my own songs. I got the song out, Toxic Holocaust with Lord Goat, aka Gore-Tex, of Nonfiction. That came out. What's up, Crayon? Ladies and gentlemen, Crayon Music is on the IG Live. He's not on the YouTube. He's on the IG Live. That guy right there, ladies and gentlemen, on Instagram, Crayon, that is my guitar player from Mother Fuzz. If you don't know what Mother Fuzz is, it's what I do in the rock, my alter ego rock area of my life. Mother Fuzz right now is kind of the priority right now. And so if you get a chance, please check out Mother Fuzz, MOTHERFUZZ. Got a few songs out right now. So yeah, Limo, what's the deal? J Devil 74, what's the deal? Thank you, Gorilla. I appreciate that. So what I was getting at, Gorilla, that you brought it up is that, so I have the Sonny Dread joint, I got the Leeds Entertainment joint, I got the track with Lord Goat, Toxic Holocaust. Obviously, Mother Fuzz has already put out, let me see, we put out 3 Good Reasons, Sometimes, Running from Heaven. We put out about 4 or 5, about 6 in total. Talk to God. You like that, huh? Thank you, Jay Bugsy. I appreciate that. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm sure you caught the podcast, The Fat Beats. I know, Machiavelli, but I'm no longer in New York, so there was no way that I was going to be a part of. I got it. I see what you're doing. Thank you. My man Stutters is to the rescue right now. Good. Okay. Michael Holden, what's the deal? Carl's, Shaw, Limo Pizza, of course. So yeah, just to bring up the point. Yeah, it's the G-Van. I'm down to go on tour. You know the deal, man. Alyssa, what's going on? Of course, Michael Holden. Thank you for your support. Thank you for posting it. And thank you all for showing up and hanging out and all of that. You know, I wanted to talk about, because we're coming. Oh, Joe, that's what's up. Crashes, that's my brother, man. Thank you for that. Yes, he did. Since we're coming to the end of the year, like I said, I made some announcements. I'm going to close out the year with one more single called Put It in the Air, December 12th. And then the rest of next year will be a lot of Mother Fuzz, qunique, and whatever other projects I deem to release. Thank you, Michael Holden. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. I wanted to talk a little bit first about Mother Fuzz and just tell a quick story. Hopefully you guys could appreciate it. And it's the reason why I'm sharing this story is because we're all passionate about something in our lives. Thank you, Yeesh. Thank you. Thank you for that. We're all passionate about something in our lives. You're going to have to take it 2 days after, Michael, but we'll dedicate that for your birthday because it's a song about manifestation, so it's a positive song. So that'll be dedicated. You'll be one of the birthday people for that song. That's what's up. Thank you, Yeesh. All right, so the reason why I'm telling this story about Mother Fuzz is because we're all pretty passionate about whatever it is that we're passionate about in our lives. Whether you're, like I always say, whether you're a carpenter, a poet, an actor, a doctor, somebody going through law school, somebody that just loves where they work and they're just climbing the corporate ladder. It doesn't matter to me. The story of Mother Fuzz is fascinating because it came about at a time where another project that I held dear to me was about to go into hiatus. And it was a project that I had put a lot of effort into, but inevitably and ultimately it was going to go on hiatus no matter what I felt about it. Now, initially, when we had decided that it was time to put this particular project on hiatus, I was definitely a little heartbroken about the situation. When you're passionate about something, and within that passion, you're focused on maybe a particular project within that passion, and all of a sudden, that project is going to get shelved or whatever it's going to be. Sorry, man. For some reason, this thing over here. Let me see something. Boom. This looks like a good idea. Whoops. Boom. That looks like a good idea. Boom. Okay. Sometimes when things don't go your way, it could be disheartening, right? We could all agree that we could be focused on something and in our hearts. What's up, Seventh Borough? Within our hearts and within our soul. What's up, Seventh Borough? What's up, Kenesha? Within our hearts and within our souls, we have it mapped out in our heads, but it doesn't always work out that way. So, but then the question becomes, what are you going to do? Are you just going to look at what isn't working out, get bummed out about it, or quit, or become depressed, and therefore time and space get consumed by miscellaneous behavior? Artes, what's up? Or are you going to figure it out? So this is what happened. This project that was very dear to me goes on hiatus, and I was definitely a little heartbroken about it. But the way I'm wired, I knew that whatever it was that I was facing, I had to keep myself on. It's like using myself as a metaphor for a train. I want to keep the train on the track. Even though this particular chapter of this project isn't going to work out, I got to figure it out. So my initial response was, all right, this rock project that I'm doing is about to go on hiatus. What do I do? Don't get bummed out, Q. What do I do? So my instant thought was, all right, the smartest thing I could possibly do is stay in practice. And so what that means is keep on, in the case of rock, keep on doing my vocal warm-ups, keep on training as a singer, keep playing guitar. But then the other part of it is songwriting, right? Because sure, I could train to be a great singer, I could train to be a great guitar player, but my aim is always writing songs. So here's how the whole Mother Fuzz thing starts to unfold. As I said, I'll repeat again, as I said, A project's coming at the end. So I reach out to one of my homies, and this particular homie was Ray Luzier. For those that don't know who Ray Luzier is, he is the drummer for Korn. And I've known Ray for almost 20 years now. And I just, talking, and I was like, hey, Ray, do you know anybody that's working on anything that could use some songwriting, can use some vocals or whatever? I'm just looking for something to keep me warm in a sense of, writing song lyrics, in this case for rock music. And he was like, yo, that's crazy that you asked me. I'm actually currently working on a project right now with this dude named Crayon, and he's looking for a vocalist, or he's looking for somebody to help get these songs done. There was no discussion of a band or anything yet. It was more of, I'm working on this project, and they're looking for somebody to help get these songs done. So I was like, bet, send me a track. And in Ray's mind, it's funny, because in Ray's mind, he wasn't sure if I was going to dig it. Initially when you're dealing with music, you're not sure. Like if you have a track, you don't, as a professional, you're not going to just quickly assume that just because I produced a track that you're just going to love it. So he was kind of like, what's up, Bolts One? What's going on? Welcome to Friday Vibes. So he sends me a track, and I dug it. Like, I was like, this is cool. I don't see anything wrong with this. So I call him back immediately. I was like, yeah, man, I'm down to put some work in. And then he ends up sending me a folder full of tracks that himself and Crayon were working on with the producer Scoob and the bass player Eric Leonhardt. So within a month and wanting to stay warm, what's up, Jag? Within a month and wanting to stay warm, I write all of these songs for this project. It's still not called Mother Fuzz yet. We're still not even an item yet. We're just like working on songs as professionals. I get the songs done, and Crayon, he's happy. He was extremely happy from the first song that I wrote, which is the current song that's out right now, which is called Seeing is Believing. Everything that I wrote, he was just pleasantly surprised and extremely happy. So I'm trying to remember the moment where it just went further, because remember, I just became a part of it just to write, just to stay warm. And everybody else was just pretty much helping Crayon get these tracks done. So then me and Crayon were talking, and we were talking about the possibilities of doing shows or making something happen out of what it was that we were doing. Thank you, Jag. I appreciate that. But I'm also doing this live on YouTube as well, Jag. So just the room is kind of split. There's people on YouTube, right? My YouTube people, y'all are there, and there's people here on Instagram. As we were trying to figure out what we were gonna do with this project, I was talking to Ill Bill, for those that know my homie, my brother Ill Bill, and we were just talking about different things, and a conversation came up about band names or whatever, and because Bill is one of my best friends. Oh, it's all good, Gorilla, thank you. He gifted me the name Mother Fuzz. He gifted it. Bill is somebody that has always encouraged me, been a big, think about it. He was the executive producer to my first solo album. So he's always been in my corner. He's always believed in me. And when I went into rock, he was just as excited as when we did Vengeance Is Mine, which is really cool. So he gifts me the name, and under the name, I put out a song that I had written. He doesn't, Gorilla. And the name of the song, thank you, Jag. The name of the song is Best Friends. So I go and do a video for it, and we released the song Under Mother Fuzz. Now, I'm not thinking that about anybody else, but just like, get these songs out on the Mother Fuzz and just have fun. And then after that, I release a cover that I did that you can only hear on YouTube or on the Mother Fuzz Bandcamp page. I covered Suicidal Tendencies. What's the name of that? Subliminal. I covered Suicidal Tendencies Subliminal. You can hear that on Bandcamp or YouTube under the Mother Fuzz name. And now, thank you, Machiavelli, for sure. Big up to Crazy Legs and Mr. Wiggle. Those are my big brothers right there. When I released that cover, that's when Crayon got back at me. And he was like, yo, we're talking. He was like, yo, what's this Mother Fuzz thing? And I was like, it's just, it's the banner that I'm going to use to put out rock music, because everything else is pretty much on hiatus right now. So in order for me to move forward, I'm working with the name Mother Fuzz in order to just be able to stay in practice of putting out rock music. I'm always going to do qunique, but I always want to do rock as well. That's just how I'm wired. So from that point, Crayon is like, yo, why don't we just take the songs we did and put them on the Mother Fuzz? I was like, you sure? He's like, hell yeah, man. I love what you, he was like, I love what you do. You're good with everything you do. You're very consistent. You stay on top of the task or whatever have you. Let's do it. So I was like, all right, fuck it. Let's rock, man. Let's do this. Then we have another discussion, and all of a sudden, him and Eric flew out here to LA, and we shot like 4 videos in a weekend, which, if you're a recording artist, that's some unheard of shit. Only a few people will be that intense about getting shit done, What's going on, Carvajal? What's going on? So we get the videos done, and then they go home. Now, prior to them coming here, I already shot the video for 3 Good Reasons, which is me in the rain room. So it was just, that was already done. And then we shot the other 4 videos, which was Running from Heaven, Seeing is Believing, Sometimes, and I know I'm missing one. Damn it, I can't stand when I don't remember. Did we shoot 3 or 4? I don't remember anymore. Fatal, what's going on? C4, what's going on? So, Chile, what's going on? So, after we shoot the videos, we start releasing song after song, and now here we are. We got the whole Mother Fuzz thing is up and running, and up until this point, thank you, Yeesh. Up until this point, we've been doing everything organically. And what I mean by that is we're not boosting posts, we're not using bots or things to cut the line. Initially, what I wanted to do here is I wanted to start the band off in an organic way. And that's what we're doing. And that's why everything looks so small with it. When you do things organically and you're not performing, like as far as concerts are concerned, and you're just releasing videos and songs, as you could see, the climate, the music climate is just different. So now, as far as when next year comes in, I'm not sure how we're going to maneuver, but we are still writing, and we still got plenty of songs to release. So I just wanted to tell that story because, I pop. Thank you, C4. I appreciate that. Raphael, what's going on? Exactly, Jag. So now, the reason why I tell this story is just as inspiration that if you're working on something and in your mind you have it mapped out, right? But as you're moving forward, it's not following your map. the best thing you can do to keep things positive is like kind of like what I did, whereas like I saw something was about to end. I enjoy doing rock, but one of the couple of the rock projects that I was doing were about to go on hiatus. And I said to myself, I need to still do this. I'm going to figure it out, and I'm just going to go a different way. And I'm still writing rock, still putting out what I believe is quality rock at this point. And here we are. And so I just wanted to give that, share that wisdom with y'all. So if you're looking at something and like I said, it's not working, try a different route, try a detour. Try, if it's, as long as it's within the realm of what you're doing, it can't hurt to try different angles. You know what I mean? As long as you don't leave the room, as long as you don't quit. And that's why I wanted to share that story today, because it's one of those things where, and I'm going to take it deeper. Oh, Carvajal, that's language arts. Exactly, Jag. Wildcard, what's going on? Wildcard West. So, and let me take it deeper with the story. Now, there's a part of the story that I totally didn't tell because it's really not my part of the story to tell, but he's not here to talk, so I'm going to talk for him. So the guitar player Crayon, prior to meeting me, prior to me even agreeing to write to his tracks, he was trying out different vocalists. And even in his case, it wasn't working out. He tried 3 or 4 different vocalists before I even raised my hand on some, hey, let's do something. And what does that say? In his case, same lesson. He wanted to do this. Every time he got to a specific vocalist, it didn't work out. He didn't quit. He didn't get super depressed. He just said, all right, I got to go over here now and try this. Nope, now I got to try this. And by the time he got to me and he saw that I was not only, ready to work, but I keep it professional, he finally found what he was looking for. Sometimes you got to dig a little bit, or sometimes the answer will fall right in your lap when you just least expect it. And that's what happened for myself and with Crayon. We're both working to keep this passion alive, and we found something, and now we're working at it. And see, don't quit, don't give up, and try different angles. I just wanted to give y'all that. I don't know what you're working on. I don't know what's going on in your life or whatever have you, but when something isn't going your way, take a detour around it. Look at it from all the different angles and try to figure it out. What's up, little Yokogawa? Josh, what's the deal? Exactly, Jag, you get it. Out of the box, Profess, what's going on? Oh, I love the beat minus Machiavelli. I love the beat minus. Thank you, Kanisha. I really appreciate that. It hasn't, and the thing is, it hasn't been easy. I'm having fun with it. That's the other thing that you got to prepare for with whatever passion you have, is that I'm having fun. But the truth is, the music business isn't an easy business, but I don't think any business is easy when you're in love with it. When you have a passion for something and you get into the details of something, like when I look at a lawyer, I just see a person in a suit going to defend, but I don't know the details of studying for the bar exam, taking the bar exam, being a paralegal, I don't know those things. I never experienced those things. But I'm sure if I asked the lawyer, was it easy? That person's gonna be like, hell no. Shit was very hard. So to me, whatever your passion is, just know that as long as you enjoy it, accept, I need you, there you go, Kanisha, thank you. Accept the fact that shit is gonna be hard. Thank you, Yeesh, I appreciate that. We need to let go of this instant gratification bullshit. Seriously. myself included. We got to know that if something is worth it, we're going to have to put the work in. And sometimes it's going to take a little time. And sometimes you're going to get slapped around as you're doing it. Which might be your top 3 Poor Righteous Teacher songs. I like, what's it? Damn it. The one that has the, wake up from all those silly dreams, thinking that she's yours, not mine. What's the name of that song? Help me out with that. That's one of my favorites. Rock This Funky Joint, of course. And there was one, I think, Wise Intelligent did with KRS and Chuck D. That was dope. So answering your question. But getting back to what I was saying, we need to let go of this instant gratification thing. If you have a passion, look, Kanish is a paralegal. There ain't no instant gratification in that. That shit takes time. That shit takes effort. That shit takes work. You got to get up. When you're in that business, you got to get up at the crack of dawn, get to the office, to the firm or whatever have you, put the work in, put the hours in. You're learning things, you're experiencing things, you're dealing with people that need help. So it's like, everything takes work and it ain't easy and you're going to take a beating. As long as you can accept that, you're going to be good. What's up, Tanya? What's going on with Stillwell? Carvajal. So right now, Stillwell, I don't have any information for you. There's no information on Stillwell right now. I was just with Fieldy last week, but no, I don't have any announcements for Stillwell right now. There you go, Gorilla. Another person. Gorilla Strong is an aircraft electrical engineer, which already sounds fucking crazy difficult. But he's putting the work in. There ain't no instant gratification there. What's going on, A515? Welcome to Friday Vibes. I just wanted to share this story, man, because I'm still in the early stages of Mother Fuzz. And so it's fascinating to me what I'm experiencing. It's an everyday fight, and I just gotta put the gloves on and yeah, that matters, yeesh. That of course, because to me, if you're a solutions analyst, analyzing is a very meticulous job. You can't just gloss over analyzing. You're looking at details and all of that shit. There's no instant there. To me, if you're a solutions analyst, you got to make sure you check all the boxes on the fucking sheet. So I respect that, man. That's not easy. Playing dead. My brother, what's going on? Yeah, I know. I got to get up in New York for sure, man. Favorite J. Rue Damager songs. Come Clean. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, and what was the joint? You're Playing Yourself. There you go. Doc Swift. Exactly, Doc Swift. You get it. Now we all get it, and that's why I wanted to share this. It's not just my story. I feel like it's everybody's story. I'm just using what's in front of me as the subject, which is in my case, this brand new band that I started, Mother Fuzz. Everything is brand new. It's still got that new car smell, and fucking, it's not easy. And you guys, some of you guys know, I've been touring with Korn for 20 years. I know people in some of the biggest bands on the planet. But that, again, that's not something that really, really matters. Thank you, Sunken City. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, you know what? He released it without telling me. So, it is what it is. But we're still pushing it. We're excited. There's another song that I did on this EP that's coming out as well. So I'm very excited about this whole thing. So stay tuned for that. Thank you. Thank you, Kanisha. I appreciate that. Exactly, Tanya. And that's why I was sharing this story. I'm doing something so new and it hasn't been easy. And it doesn't matter who I know. Like the reason why I bring up the big bands is because it doesn't matter who I know. It doesn't matter who I know. And it never matters because what I could say, thank you, Gorilla. It it uh it doesn't matter who I know because at the end of the day, the way the music business works is that you got to do for yourself before anybody does for you. But when you're working with a brand new band, it's hard to break ground. It's hard to surface from the dirt, you know. But I'm doing it. I'm not complaining. I'm just letting y'all know so that whatever it is that you're facing and you find it hard, just know that it's gonna be hard. I feel like when I look back at this in 5 years and Mother Fuzz is doing something special and whatever have you, I'll be able to look at this video and be like, man, I remember starting at that point and being like, fuck, this shit is hard, you know? So exactly, Doc Swift. That's what you that thank you for that. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jag. Thank you. Thank you. What are we saying here? Favorite Pete Rock productions. Ooh, I like that, Machiavelli. So my favorite Pete Rock productions, it always starts with the Shut 'Em Down remix for Public Enemy. I think that to me is that's one of my favorite Pete Rock beats. Then second is Mecca and the Soul Brother from the first EP. That bam, bam, banana, bam, boom, bam. Oh my God, that beat is crazy. And then number 3 is The Creator on the same EP. Those 3 beats to me are just ridiculous. You know, obviously Pete's beats, you know, I could say Whose World Is This by Nas. Like the whole thing is just, you know, Pete's resume is crazy, but, you know, what is this here? What do we got? I'm gonna have to have one of these. Thank you. So I'm gonna try out. I'm gonna have a little snack called Harkin. I hope these are good. It's love candy again. It's little coconut bites. I love coconut. If KMD's Ev Love X and Sub Rock didn't have drama in their lives, could they have been true legends in hip hop? I don't know, Jag, because Morongo with POD, your solo. Oh man, thank you, Sunken City. I appreciate that, man. Thank you, Tanya. Yeah, my chair is fucked up. What up, Joe Italian Ice? What's the deal? All right, so let's see what this is. That's good, man. That's stupid. Thank you, Matthew. Thank you. Smoke, grind, sleep. What's the deal? You know, I finally came to a place, Mass Pike. I never heard that group. Is that from Chile? That group? What was I saying? Oh, thank you, Doc. I appreciate that, man. That's me, Presto, and Sabak from Nonfiction is on there. Joe Italian Ice, I've been good, man. You know, dealing with the industry shit, but I've been dealing with it so long, I'm kind of numb. So I'm not here to complain. I'm just, Momo, what's the deal? I'm just, you know, I was more like sharing the story of Mother Fuzz. So thank you, Carvajal. I'll check it out. It's just to spread wisdom so that we can all be encouraged with whatever passion we have. Because it's never gonna come easy, man. It's not. If you truly love what it is that you're doing, it doesn't just happen. It doesn't. You found the topic, Mother Fuzz page? Thank you. Thank you, Yeesh. What good did Bad Boy bring to rap music and hip hop? All right, Jag, I'm going to answer you just from a personal experience. Well, number one, the good that they did was they brought Biggie Smalls and Craig Mack to the world, right? Which is cool. If you're a fan of Notorious B.I.G., if you're a fan of Craig Mack's work, it's crazy how they're both passed. But that's number one. What I think is good about the Bad Boy situation. Number two, wow, I have to really think. I was gonna say something. Oh, Black Rob. Thank you, Michael Holden. That was stuck. Also, here's a personal story, experience story. When I used to work, I definitely got to get that WD-40, Tanya. When I used to work at Fat Beats, I was trying to find different ways of selling the Arsonist single. I'm going to answer that, Kanisha. That's a dope shine. That's a good one. Thank you, Gorilla. When I worked at Fat Beats, when the session came out, I was still working there. And this, for those that don't know, my group, The Arsonists, our first single was The Session with Halloween. So I would think of different ways on how to get people to buy it. It was already selling well, but when somebody new came in that wasn't really privy to underground hip hop, I always had to think of a strategy to get them to at least listen to the single. And one of my techniques that always worked was I would always play a Biggie Smalls song first to lure them in. And then after the Biggie Smalls song would end, I'd put on The Session. And so the person would be so happy that I played the Biggie track that they would hear The Session and be like, well, what's that? And I'll be like, oh, it's a session by this group, The Arsonists. Meanwhile, I'm in The Arsonists. And they'd buy it. So it was like this subtle, like, bait and switch thing. You know what I mean? So though, aside from some of the great lyricists or MCs or rappers that have come out of that camp, my personal experience was always the bait and switch with using like Biggie or whatever to sell an Arsonist song. So anything else, if you know how I do these live feeds, if you know how I conduct myself, I don't get caught up in the drama. There's plenty of podcasts and live feeds that want to talk shit all day, so I'm not here for that. So whatever you think of Diddy, it's your opinion, and I respect your opinion, and that's that, you know, whatever have you. So wait, Kanisha asked, if I'm still in LA, yes. Has change in the environment affected your approach with creating music? Yes, Kanisha, and I'll tell you how. When I finally settled in here, I became way more productive. Way more productive. I can't even explain it. You know, from Stillwell, we at one point we were releasing videos all the time. Qunique, I ended up cleaning up the catalog, releasing new albums like Pound for Pound and Royal Blood, all of the new singles. Been working with Rhetmatic on a new album that's coming out next year. Got a lot of new Mother Fuzz songs coming out, plus other projects that I'm a part of. So for some reason, being here just put me in a place where I became double productive with what I do. And on top of that, here is where I started doing the live feeds. So if you're here if you follow me on Wednesdays, I do live from the lab every Wednesday night. And now I'm doing this every Fridays, Friday Vibes with Q. So that also is a part of just being in this whole atmosphere, knowing that I have to, you know, just step up because the the music business has changed and fans want to hang out. Excuse me. I fucking hate that word. Supporters want to hang out. Supporters want to be able to build. And the thing is, for me, I enjoy that. I love that we get together twice a week and talk. I give you, you know, on Wednesdays, I have a subject. We talk about it. I come with the book report, and then on Fridays it's more of a free form. We're just enjoying each other's company, and some like today I started off with a little bit of a story because I just wanted to, you know, spread some wisdom. But what I love about it now, especially with these live feeds, is that some of y'all I've been seeing frequently, like Gorilla and Yeesh and Tanya and the Machiavelli and let me get the names, man, because I don't want to fuck. I said Gorilla, I said the Machiavelli, Nitty, Jay Bugsy, you know, the list goes on and on. Fucking Martin Vasquez, Ayo, these, you know, Zip. There's a lot of people that have been coming back to hang out, and so Andrea, yes. Thank you, Yeesh. I appreciate that more than you know. La Coca Nostra getting back together for any new concerts. I don't know. And Joey, out of all respect, I'm not a member of La Coca Nostra. I've produced for La Coca Nostra. I've been, I think, on every album, but I'm not an official member. So I don't know exactly what their plans are. I know I saw some things happening, and me and Bill were just talking earlier, but that didn't come up in the conversation. So thank you, Tanya. I appreciate that. Yeah, Lethal is the homie. I'm supposed to go fucking check for Lethal, man. Sometimes I get distracted. Don Ramont, what's up? Welcome to Friday Vibes. So, you know, that's the Mother Fuzz story is interesting, and you know, I have been pretty active the last few years, just missing paths. Yeah, Strickland, they definitely been active, but when it comes to Ill Bill and Vinny, they stay very consistent in their craft, so it's not something that surprises me. Jag, I never listened to the second album. I have to go and peep it, man. There's so many albums that I have to catch up on, so bear with me on that. Moving forward, yeah, Joey, definitely is. It definitely, you're right. It definitely is. That is family. Those are all my brothers. So yes, and in that perspective, yes, yes. The Machiavelli, the ISP versus X-Men battle is the pinnacle of DJing. You know what? You might be right. I would have to ask Rhett what he thinks. Only up and forward. That's right, Yeesh. That's right. Bill Shapiro, what the deal, son? Moving forward, even with qunique, I find it that you know, the story that I just told about Mother Fuzz, it J Zone, that's right. They did Gorilla, that's dope. That's a dope album. That self-titled album. What up? The story I just told about Mother Fuzz even applies to qunique because, again, and I've told this story before, but there's new people in the room, so I'll go through it quickly. About 3 years ago, I was at a crossroad with qunique where I wasn't sure what it was that I was looking at. It might have been 4 years ago at this point. And I was feeling weird about it. Like I was like, man, I don't know what is bothering me about my thing, qunique, you know what I mean? Thank you, Joey. Thank you. Thank you, Don Ramont. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Nah, Jag, I would never sample Michael Jackson. They'll come chasing me for a check on that one, man. You can't. You can't. You can't. Michael Jackson? Oh my God. It's too noticeable, too popular. Too popular. I'm sure that the samples, I mean, I'm sure he's got samples for day. If you dig into the Jackson 5 catalog, you also get some really funky shit, man. Um, so anyway, what I was saying was, thank you, Bill. Okay, Yeesh, let me get back to it. So what I was saying about qunique was, what was bothering me at the time was that my catalog was just all over the place. It was sloppy. There were songs on there that I was kind of like, I couldn't co-sign. Let me go back to the beginning. When The Arsonist finished and I got into Vengeance's Mind, I was in a different circle. I wasn't hanging with The Arsonist. I was hanging out with a whole different circle. And those that know, they know the circle I was hanging out with. Now, the circle of people that I was hanging out with already had a formula. They already had their way of doing things. And I was invited in as a brother, but I was still brand new to their circle. For some reason, in my mind, I thought, well, let me assimilate, and that way I can enjoy being in this circle, which was a mistake. It was a mistake. I didn't totally lose myself, because when you listen, good night, Carvajal. Have a good weekend. When you listen to The Arsonist and then you go listen to Vengeance's Mind, there are some things that connect the two, and then there are some things that just totally take what I do with The Arsonist this way and what I do with Vengeance's Mind this way, right? And that's all good. What was bothering me about my catalog the most was that at the time I was writing a lot of shock shit. And where I'm at today, I don't agree with that. I think it was silly of me to want to pursue that, if you can understand. And so 4 years ago, I was bummed out about this. I was like, man, I can't believe, like, I got so carried away. MCA Mob, what's the deal? That now I'm looking at my catalog and I'm like, damn it, I wish I didn't say this. I wish I didn't say that. I wish I didn't say this. Peace, Machiavelli. Thank you for being here, man. Thank you, Nasty Ruckus. Thank you. So, fast forward, my catalog is full of mixtapes and verses that I don't like, and it's sloppy and it's all over the place. Behind the scenes, numbers aren't connecting, the Spotify's messed up, whatever have you. So, Jam, what's going on? So I'm talking to Fieldy and I'm like, man, this was 4 years ago. I'm like, man, I don't know, man. My shit is a mess, and and I feel like I didn't stay on point. I wasn't thinking when I was doing this. A lot of this was like impulsive, and I'm thinking about putting qunique on the back burner and going on hiatus. And thank you, MCA Mob. Thank you, Bill Shapiro. I appreciate that. So Fieldy turns to me and he goes, listen, what you do in Stillwell or King's Bounty or Rodimus, it's amazing. It's beautiful. Beautiful. But what you do as qunique is important, because it's your legacy. It's something that so many people enjoy from you. You know, what you do is in rock is still young, it's still new, it's still trying to find its ground. But as qunique, with the Arsonist and hanging out with Nonfiction, all of this, that you've built such a crazy legacy with this, that quitting or putting it on hiatus is not the answer. And this is where I learned about looking at all the different angles, what I just said about Mother Fuzz. He was like, he said, don't go on hiatus. Look at what's bothering you and figure it out. Clean it, fix it. You've been in the business, fix it. Fix what's bothering you. Don't just throw in the towel. Thank you, Jam. I appreciate that. Crate Science, what's the deal? Cue the individual for sure. Give me a second, Yeesh. I'll get to that. Um, so after that conversation with Fieldy of him encouraging me to go and figure it out, what's going on, Real Citizen Chris? I call Ill Bill and DJ Eclipse, and I'm like, listen, man, I need to fix some things with my catalog. I need to adjust where qunique is, and I want things to just be better so that I can move forward and pick up from that. And they both strongly suggested that I go over to Soul Spasm, which is a label out of Brooklyn. I go to Soul Spasm and I tell them, look, I got my catalog. I have a bunch of mixtapes that I don't want on there, and then I got my albums. There's certain albums that I want to clean up things or whatever have you. And the beauty of it was that Soul Spasm was game. They were like, bet, let's do it. Let's work. So the first thing was my first order of business, and I'm going to get to you in a second, Yeesh. The first order of business was I wanted all my mixtapes off of streaming services because to me, I should have never have been a part of the mixtape movement. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. At the time, I was just following the crowd, and it sucked. It sucked that I did that. There's certain things about that were bad moves. Like, for instance, the mixtape that I put out, Street Supreme, just a little bit back behind the scenes story is on that. Do you know that that could have been an album produced by Quincy Tones out in London? And instead it was a mixtape over other people's beats. So it was like a lot of like real, during that time from 2006 to whenever, I was just making very impulsive moves. I wasn't really thinking. And that's why shit got sloppy. So when I got to Soul Spasm, getting back to that, we pulled down all the mixtapes, but my aim was pull down the mixtapes, but let me sift through them and find what I like and make whatever I like an official song. So we do that, and we, together with Soul Spasm, and we create 2 releases, the Legacy Series Volumes 1 and 2. Those 2 releases, when you go to the qunique, pay any, whatever streaming platform you're on, when you see Legacy Series Volumes 1 and 2, those are the culmination of all the mixtapes brought together, all my favorite tracks on those mixtapes, plus new songs with Destroy of the Arsonist and different people, and it became way more cohesive. And then prior to that, I did a whole album with Fieldy on bass, which is Pound for Pound. And then after we did Pound for Pound with first of all, we did Pound for Pound, then we did Legacy Series Volumes 1 and 2. Then I knew that when Vengeance is Mine was gonna turn 20, I knew that there were certain things about the album that I couldn't co-sign anymore. And the main thing is, whether you love it or hate it, the truth is, I personally cannot co-sign misogynistic lyrics coming from me. It's none of my business whoever wants to do it. I'm not Mr. Rogers. That's not what I'm saying as far as the rest of the rap community or rock or whatever have you. Just for me, I don't feel comfortable looking at myself knowing that I said some wild shit about women. There's too many supporting women in my life. The last thing I want to do is to say some wild shit that'll make them feel uncomfortable or just feel disgusted that I said it. I'm speaking for myself. I am not here to judge anyone else on this planet. Everyone has a right to write and feel the way they feel. Whether I agree or not is not important. I mind my business, stay in my lane. I'm gonna answer that in a second, Jay. Give me a second. Dago Viking, what up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So that somebody, yeesh, I'm definitely gonna address that. So that, it's funny because when I did it, I kind of split the room. A lot of y'all don't know that. So I told some of my music industry heads what I was about to do. Some of them were like, nah, you gotta leave it. It's a testimony, it's a story. People could see where you were and where you are. And I was like, nah. I don't want that. I don't want these certain lyrics to just be lingering so I can tell people, see, I used to be a fucking douchebag and now I'm cool. It's like, nah. I'm, and on top of that, if you have the Vengeance is Mine CD, the original pressing or the vinyl, you have what was originally there if it really, really bothers you. But I know I bothered a few people by doing that because they assumed that I was trying to like erase history. I can't totally erase history. Those songs are out in the air. I can't. But from my specific pages and stuff, I just wanted to have a certain level of dignity and not go so rough. You know, it's not necessary. For me, it just isn't my way. It's not my way, man. Can I ask what lyric or song? Well, there were things that I said on Me That's Who. There were things that I said on the last song on the album. I can't remember the name of my own fucking. Wait, I got the album right here. There's a sale going on, by the way, on qunique.com. Excuse me. Stone Cold, I changed the lyrics on that, right? Look, and a matter of fact, what's crazy is people think that I changed the whole album, and I didn't. The resume I changed. There was a couple of lyrics on there that I didn't agree with, and then there was certain things that I wanted to do and just like give a shout out. Like I gave a shout out to my brother Destroy because I'm proud of him for being on Sirius XM. Diamond in the Rough didn't change. One Shot, I gave two versions. I kept the original version and then there's another shot, right? The setup, I didn't change. Nature of the Beast, I didn't change. Me That's Who, I changed some of the lyrics because I said some wild shit on there, and I'm not co-signing that. H to the C didn't change. The Ugly Place, I changed. Said a lot of wild shit on that one, but I feel the way I changed on the Ugly Place, I feel like the new rhymes just structurally are way better than the original. The original rhymes, when I went to listen to them, sound like kindergarten student shit. So that's me. That's me. Better You Than Me, all I did was change the beat. Same lyrics. Canarsie Artist Revenge, I didn't touch. Father's Day, I didn't touch. Psychological Warfare is an interesting subject because I didn't touch it. Nasty Ruggers, that's a good one. I got you. Psychological Warfare was an interesting one because when I was cleaning up this album, I didn't want to re-release that song, and I'll tell you why. It's not because of what I said. It's because I don't consider myself an authority on politics. I'm not. I don't care about it. You know, that's something you could get from Chuck D or the Dead Prez or Immortal Technique. I'm not that guy. So when I see that song, I feel kind of like indifferent to it because it's like, I'm not the guy you want to come to for that kind of rap or that kind of rock. I'm not. I get into different subjects. I kind of like borderline emo in a way because when you listen to songs like The Setup or 133rd Psalm, that's more my wheelhouse, getting in touch with the emotions. But if you want me to talk politics, nah. But I left it on there because I knew that people liked that song, so it stayed. Fashion Victims, I think I might have changed one line maybe, but Fashion Victims stayed as it is. Stone Cold definitely changed, and This Thing of Ours I didn't change. So there was like minor changes, man. Minor. So Thank you, Yeesh. I appreciate that. Thank you, Nasty Ruckus. Did you consider dropping the Diddy and Russell Simmons? I did. I did, Nasty. I did, Nasty Ruckus. So Nasty Ruckus asked, did I consider on Fashion Victims, I talk about Diddy, I talk about Russell Simmons. And I did. I struggled with that because it's like they have situations, whether you know or not, that aren't cool. And I was like, I don't want to put a spotlight on these guys, but I just left it alone. It's like, what am I gonna do? Like, you know, it is what it is. I mean, I tell people you can't have hip hop without Bambaataa, and you know, Bambaataa's got, you know, whack shit flying around the name. So it's like, but I also understand how important he is to the culture of hip hop. So it's a weird, careful thing, you know. Thank you, Gorilla. I appreciate that. So anyway, I clean up Vengeance is Mine. Me and Fieldy, we work on Pound for Pound. He plays bass on everything. I produce that whole album. Then I get the Legacy series, volumes 1 and 2. And then after that, I work with Jake Palumbo on Royal Blood. And then after that, I work with Zach Baird on It's Not Over, Let's Go Vamonos Andiamo, and Remember Me. And then I produce a track, Toxic Holocaust, with me and Lord Goat. And then I produce 2 songs for Sonny Dread. And as you can see, what up, DJ Doom? Salute to you. Yeah, they did, Jag, but you know, not everybody's qualified to talk that shit. Yo, sometimes when politicians talk, I'd be, you know, sometimes you watch and be like, you don't even sound qualified for what you're talking about, and you're a fucking politician. So I feel like the subject of politics is such a weird, twisted, distorted, dirty, muddy subject that I don't even want to be a part of it. I don't even want to be a part of the subject. To me, it's a dirty subject. But the music business is a dirty subject. The business of it is dirty. So go figure, right? Gorilla Strong, yes. I was just talking to Rhett today. MCA Mob, I'm gonna get into that. I like that question. The Rhetmatic project is now done. We got all the features. Everything is now getting mixed. So the Rhetmatic album comes out next year. Like I said, I'm gonna close out the year with one more qunique release, one more single that I did with Zach Baird, and then we'll get into next year's festivities with all the new releases. So MCA Mob asked, how did I make Between Heaven and Hell? Woo, that's a good one. Let's see if I could briefly summarize this. It's a fascinating thing because Between Heaven and Hell was supposed to come out in so many different ways, so many different channels. And eventually it was, I cannot hint the features yet, Gorilla. Where was I? Eventually the responsibility of putting out Between Heaven and Hell fell on me. There was a few different labels that were possible, but eventually it just fell on my hands. And Jam, maybe, let's see. The person that stepped up to motivate me to get Between Heaven and Hell done, and I have to say this, is Destroy from the Arsonists. He stepped up and he was like basically a football coach to me because his speeches was like, yo, you're fucking qunique. From step up and do what you gotta do. Like he was like bout it. Like, and he had me like, yeah. You know? And I can't thank him enough for that. It was extremely important that he stepped up that way because when I got to Between Heaven and Hell, because certain labels situations didn't work out, I was definitely a little loopy, like, okay, what am I gonna do with this thing? And like I said, Destroy steps up. He because he was in the Arsonist with me, I knew I could trust his energy and where he was coming from. So his first assignment for me was to go up to Fat Beats and tell them to put out my album, and I did that. And they did it. They went for it. And, you know, got the budgets, and I ended up producing 3 music videos that I'm very proud of out from that album. So Crack Era is the first video that was done, and that was done with a producer with a director from Mexico City, Francisco Quiles. And what's crazy is I shot everything in green screen and just sent them the footage and EPs. And this would be the first time I've ever done anything like this, but it wasn't the last. So I did that. He produces an amazing video for Crack Era, and I'm excited. And then I turned to Destroy, and I was like, yo, I want you to direct the next video, which turned out to be Mr. Lopez. A lot of people don't know. Destroy was the director for the Mr. Lopez video. And that video came out fucking amazing. It's a mini movie. If you haven't seen it, or if you haven't seen it in a while, go check it out. It came out really cool. And then thirdly, what's going on? Cold Shoga Dagan, what's going on? And then thirdly, the surprise for that album was I worked with the director, Ian from London. And again, he tells me, film yourself in front of a green screen. What's going on, Serial Ways? What's going on? He tells me to film myself in front of a green screen, and basically he was gonna do what he had to do. Now, I didn't know what he was gonna do. And what did it turn out to be? King Verse, what's going on? It turned out to be the biggest qunique video, the most streamed qunique video, Green Grass. That's what Ian, what's going on, Kemi Cal? That's what Ian directed for me. And all I did was sit on a chair like this with a green screen behind me. He told me, don't move my head, and just rap straight to the camera. And although now, if you look at the video now, it might seem a little primitive, but you gotta like look at the year it came out and understand that what he was doing was like nobody ever thought to do that. And it's all done in one take. He fucking made the 2 actors walk downtown London while one was wearing a green screen mask with my face on it eventually through editing. Those 3 videos just came out beautiful. And then the rest of the album, I think, is I thought it came out great, man. You know, some of the more surprises was like working with Cassius, who at the time Eminem had signed, Welcome Realm Reality, who's Rick Gonzalez, the actor who was on the Arrow series. He was in Coach Carter. He's on the album. Yeah, CGI video style. It's crazy. It's weird. You know, all of our Arsenal, Jice is on it, Freestyle's on it, Destroy is on it, Ching is on it, Necro produced on it, fucking Ill Bill's on it. My son made a beat when he was a little boy on the album. Mr. Hyde is on it. Psycho Realm is on it. Like it came out good. It came out like to be a solid album. That album is important because it was one of those albums where, you know, most artists are worried about the sophomore jinx, and for whatever reason, I wasn't even thinking of that. It was more like, it didn't cross my mind. I just wanted to put together a good album, and it happened. And I got to thank everybody involved, on top of the fact that Destroy was the one that was like, yo, fucking do this shit, man. So that, in a nutshell, is how Between Heaven and Hell happened. So that's the, thank you, Jeg. Have a good weekend, man. Thank you. Thank you for your questions. I know, right, Tanya? But this is more chill, man. I'm not in the car. I got it set up. Zoom tattoo, my brother. Are you the same guy asking me for the tattoos, man? Oh, that's funny. Oh my God. Nasty Ruckus. I gotta tell you, man, I don't pay attention. I just respect Necro for what he does, and that part of the the equation, I just, I just leave it alone. He's a king in his lane, and you know, everybody, like I said earlier, everybody has a right to live and do whatever they want. It's none of my business. It's not my business to have an opinion on it. So that's what the thing is. So, Wesley, what's going on? Real Mikey Lights, what's the deal? So that's the story between heaven and hell, man. Yo, y'all saw the shirt that I got on? This is an original Organized Confusion shirt from the Extinction Agenda album. I'd buy a Special Q cereal. That's good. That's good. Yo, speaking of buying, every Friday there's a sale going on qunique.com, q-unique.com. Just go to the shop spot. You get both of these CDs for $10. One for $7, two for $10. And when you order, I sign it. You make sure you put in the instructions how you want me to sign it or whatever have you. Everybody knows the deal that have already ordered it and received their packages. I don't bullshit. So there's other merch on there as well, but when it comes, what's up, Tech? What's the deal? But when it comes to these two things right here, you order it, I sign it. You also get, we were just speaking about it. You also get a Between Heaven and Hell poster signed as well. So you get that, the stickers, you get a bunch of stickers, qunique, arsonist stickers, and you get the 2 CDs or 1 CD, whatever you order with your order. So that's on q-unique, q-unique.com, and there's the sale going on right there. And I appreciate the support in advance, just letting y'all know, all right? And don't forget, over here in the YouTube chat, we still got the super stickers and the super chats up. And again, I appreciate your donation. Thank you very much for that, all right? So, any questions, shoot away. I'm here, man. Finland in the house. June Lee, what's going on, man? Yeah, man. All right, let me make sure. You excel. Thank you, Tanya. I'm just making sure. I got everybody's Gorilla Strong, thank you, baby. Thank you. I can't thank you enough. And keep an eye out, Gorilla, for those posters, man. Call it Vans. What's the deal? What's the deal? It's funny. The Mechanic is another. What new stuff am I listening to right now? At first, I was listening a lot to the new Clips album. I think that, to me, that's album of the year for me. I think they did something really special on that album. I think Pharrell blessed them with some good production that fit their vibe perfectly. And The Birds Don't Sing, that first song, I can't say enough about that. And I guess the reason why I focus on that song so much is because I write that way, very, of course, Nasty Ruckus, the Big L shit is crazy. DJ Khan, DJ Co, NYC. Let me see that for a second, thank you. Yo, so we were talking about the Mechanic. This is something I won for the Mechanic. This is, it was an award given to me by Bushwick Radio, and it said that my album, they thanked me for my dedication and contribution to the culture of hip hop with the Mechanic. And so that's what happened with the Mechanic out the gate. It was crazy. The Mechanic is one of those albums where Yeah, I hope to be at the NAM. If I see you, definitely, man. It would be dope to see you for sure. It'd be amazing to see you. It'd be amazing. I haven't seen you in a minute. New Rio album is dope. I gotta check that out. Um, the Mechanic, man. What's crazy is with the Mechanic, I had just this is coming off of this is a few years after Black Coffee, and I thought Black Coffee was like I thought we did an amazing job with Black Coffee. That's when it comes to qunique's catalog, I'm very that album means a lot to me, the Black Coffee album. It was something that thank you, June Lee. I appreciate that. I'll talk about that in a second. Um, the Black Coffee album was like, it was the first time that I thought about not collaborating with anyone and having a production team like the Brown Bag All Stars was amazing. And I think I love that album immensely. And so coming off of an album that you love immensely, and then I had to get into this, I was a little nervous, but it all came together, you know. And again, this one was really on my own. Like the only thing that stands out about the Mechanic album is that when I started working on this, Vinny Paz helped me find some producers for this album. Specifically, Thank You for Letting Me Be Myself, Let the Games Begin, I Seen. You know, it was a homie from Russia. I can't remember his name. I hate when I do that. But having that producer join in with myself and other producers, it kind of helped get things moving. So that's the deal with that. Am I watching the UFC? Yes, definitely going to be watching the UFC. I don't know if I don't know when my next New York appearance is, man. I'm not sure. You know, DL Singer, what's the deal? Delta Sol Ra. What's going on? Sorry if I chopped up your name there. As far as doing live shows, I'm just I don't know how to explain it. I'm just waiting for the right moment. And plus, you know, when it comes to live, it's not what people think. There's a lot of red tape. You got to get the promoters and the booking agents and everybody on the same page in order for you to get out there and do shows. I'm guessing. What's up? Crazy Legs is over here in the Instagram chat, y'all. I'm definitely gonna go to Toronto. Thank you, Call It Vans. I appreciate that. I think my heart is telling me that when the qunique Rhetmatic album comes out, that I'll be doing some shows. That I think that album is gonna bring us some shows. So let's see how that all. Thank you, Crazy Legs. Let's see how that all unfolds. But that's my prediction: is that the album that I'm doing with Rhetmatic, which is now finished and is being sent off to get mixed and mastered and whatever have you. I won't be in New York, Tech. I won't be in New York. Amsty Sam. MCA Mob. So that's my prediction is that once Amsterdam, there you go. I thought you was doing some slang shit, MCA. Ooh, Jam. I love that question. I'm going to tell you a story about that. I love that question. But anyway, wrapping up what I just said, I think that once the Rhetmatic qunique album is done, I'll probably get some shows in. So stay tuned. I'll let y'all know how it unfolds. Jam 7806 said, being that you have been doing music for so long, was it harder or easier to learn how to play guitar? That's a fucking great question. Let me tell you a story. My son, we always come back. That's what's up. My son, thank you, Yeesh. My son Let me wait because Instagram is all over the place today. My son is a multi-instrumentalist. So he plays guitar, bass, saxophone, drums, and he's at the point right now where he kind of like figures out instruments as he goes. But he knows how to play all these instruments. June Lee, I'm definitely down for a European tour. So when Stillwell was happening, you know, my son was just quietly observing what was going on. When the Raise It Up album was finished in a sense of us, you know, promoting it, shooting videos, I was sitting in my room one day and I was just trying to think about what was going to be next for Stillwell. And my son walks in and he's just chilling. He's quiet. My son, if you know my son, he's quiet. He's a quiet kid. He's very analytical, very observant. And so he's just sitting there, he's just chilling, watching me. We're in my studio. And he goes, he's looking around, and around the room I have guitars, but I wasn't playing them. This is about 10 years ago. And he goes, Dad, how come you're not playing guitar? And I didn't answer him right away. I was stumped. I didn't know what to say to him. And he follows up with, you're doing all of this rock stuff. You got Stillwell, you got King's Bounty. At the time I had Stillwell and King's Bounty. And I was jamming with other people. He's like, you might as well pick up the guitar, learn it, and write your own rock songs. And as soon as he said it, I never put it down. As soon as he said it. And it was hard at first. Because, Matthew, I'm going to answer that question in a second. It was hard at first because it was foreign to me. I was usually depending on the guitar players in the room, but now, yeesh. I'll answer that in a second. So I just started practicing scales, chord progressions, whatever I could, learning other people's songs, cover tunes, whatever have you, and just getting familiar with the fretboard. And I got obsessed with it. I made sure I practiced every day. And let's say if I went out somewhere and I didn't practice that whole day, and if I came back and let's say it's like 11 o'clock at night, didn't think to practice guitar, I put my head on the pillow and I'm like, wait a minute, I didn't practice. I would get the fuck up and go play, tired and all, to make sure I put the time in, right? And what's crazy is my son's suggestion fucking spun so far out of what I thought it was going to be that I ended up writing the third Stillwell album, Supernatural Miracle, and the one after it, Rock the House. Now, I premised that by saying, when you go and listen to those albums, everything sounds kind of like amateurish when it comes to the guitar playing. I was just like learning how to chord it out, and I'm strumming, and I'm just rhythm guitar with some leads. But my intentions with leads were more like thinking of Kurt Cobain, like when you listen to Smells Like Teen Spirit, and his lead is just what he sang. Like he's just playing, he played what he sang in the verse. So I was just copying Kurt's way of doing things when it came to that, because I'm not Yngwie, man. You know what I mean? I'm not James Hetfield. I'm not just gonna come out and fucking wow you guys with riffs. The point of the guitar for me was to be able to be a more well-rounded songwriter. I wasn't trying to be the greatest guitar player. I was just I'm using this instrument to help get the ideas out when it comes to rock music. So that's how this whole thing unfolded. Yes, Thank you, EQ. Yes, Yeesh. King's Bounty is the original name for my band Soul Gun. We started out as King's Bounty, and then we changed it to Soul Gun. So that's what King's Bounty is. Thank you, Jam. I appreciate that. Let me see. Matthew, you said, before releasing an album, what are some of your thoughts process on album? You know, when it comes to album art, bro, I am so like, catalog, yeah, for real. I am so like in a weird place because here's the subject that I hate talking about. Because AI. I recently worked with someone on a variant for the song that I put out with Lord Goat for Toxic Holocaust. So it has the original cover, which is a graffiti piece, a graffiti sketch by Bill Blass, the legend Bill Blass. But the other one was this zombie character that if you saw it, I was posting this zombie character you know, where he was wearing a gold chain and then the Yankees fitted and all of that, right? Now, I hired a stranger to do that, and he sent me a sketch, and then he just pretty much sent me the zombie character done. And I couldn't help but think to myself, did this person use AI? Did he use AI to get this done? So I didn't know. And then I felt like weird about it. And so now I'm in this place where it's like, I kind of got to like know the artist in some way, shape, or form before I even ask. I do want dope art. I mean, look, this was done by a comic book artist from France, Nawabi. He murdered. He did this cover for me, and he did the Black Coffee album. But he's a comic book artist. He's an OG. I've seen his work. Everything matches. Everything adds up. He sells his own comic books. You know, so everything is legit. You know what I mean? And he's been at it before AI. I mean, he designed these before AI for me. You know, so that was the only thing that makes looking for album art today difficult. On top of the fact, you don't know what's real or fake. You know, like there's a report going on. Oh, there's this new AI recording artist, and it's like, yo, fuck you. That's the only thing. I don't have any other words for that. It's just fuck you, man. Fuck promoting it. Fuck you for talking about it. There's real human beings in my business that are passionate about this business. And it's like a spit in my face when somebody says, an AI artist is on top of the charts today. It's like, fuck you. How about that? That shit ain't cool. Promoting it ain't cool. Whoever did it ain't cool. Period. I'm passionate about music. And everybody that I deal with is passionate about music. Everybody I deal with, from the metal heads to the hip hop heads. So that shit is corny, man. That rubs me the wrong way. I know I say I don't like to do the drama thing, but since we're talking about AI and artwork and all of that, it's like, yo, fuck that shit, man. I know school teachers that are struggling because of AI, because kids are doing their homework on AI and their reports and all of this, and it's like, yo, what the fuck? If this is the fucking kickback, then what the fuck are we really talking about, man? How is this shit helping? It's making a mess. Put some control on it, man. Don't just fucking create a fake recording artist. That's stupid. That get rich quick shit, fuck you, man. Period. It's bullshit. It's like advanced technology and we do stupid shit with it, man. Like, serious? This is the best we could do? Thank you, Yeesh. I appreciate that. Thank you, Tanya. Oh, chaos. What's going on? So I'm gonna leave the subject alone because obviously I'm sensitive about the issue, man. It's not cool, and I feel like it's a tool that should be used for something a little more responsible than diving into a business that's already struggling and make it even fucking more difficult. It's like, ew, serious? We got to deal with streaming numbers and all of this shit. Now you want to put a fake artist on top of it? Like, come on, man. Nah, no good. Foul. Garth Brooks alter ego. Anyway, let's lighten up the mood. Give me some good questions here, man. Let's get off of this subject, man, because I don't even want to think about it anymore. I don't even want to think about it anymore, man. We good. We good. There you go, Matthew. That's dope, man. And you should like send me a link. Just so I could look at your work, just so I could admire it. Never mind anything else. Let me just I'm curious to see your work. So DM me a link, man. Let me see it. Doc Swift, yeah, and that's my point. Even though I'm gonna moonwalk back into the subject, it's like if I'm already taking a massive pay cut, how the fuck are you gonna make it even more difficult by making fake artists, man? Like, get out of my face. And that's it. B-Boy Horse, what's the deal? Gorilla Strong. I have read some of your poetry, Gorilla. It's dope. MCA Mob, I don't have an answer for you on that. I don't because unfortunately, first of all, let me premise that by saying when it comes to C-Rays, I personally never had a problem with that dude. I've known him for a very long time. He used to enter the MC battles that I used to throw and all of that stuff. As far as where he's at now in his life, I haven't spoken to him in so long that when I found out, I was just as shocked as everyone else. And I can't speak anything else on him. That's the best that I could do. If you could go back in time and understanding could be in a hip hop movie, which one would you choose? House Party, Juice, or Crush Groove? I'm probably gonna have to say Crush Groove. Crush Groove on that one. Out of those three. Crush Groove. I like that movie. I haven't watched that movie in a long time. I'm not sure if it aged well, but I used to love watching that movie when I was a kid. Crush Groove and I used to follow it, Disorderlies by the Fat Boys. As a kid, I used to think that movie was funny. Oh man. Nasty Ruckus, do I still follow battles? Yeah, actually the other day I was looking at some loaded Lux clips, man. Fascinating how advanced battling has gotten. It's so technical. Like I was listening to Lux go for it, and it's like you really got to pay attention to what he's saying because his shit is so intricate and the meanings of what he's saying and the double meanings and everything. It's like wow, man. Battling has taken. It's on a level where it's like I know I don't belong in that circle of people. I'm not a battle rapper, so that shit is amazing. You know what? Yeesh just said show some stickers. I'm digging into this. I got some stickers over here. Where's my sticker bag, man? There we go. So the first thing, and this is if you go to qunique.com right now, there's a sale going on. 1 CD for $7, 2 for $10. When you order, if you put it in the instruction how you want things, whoa, what's going on with my hair, man? If you put it in the instructions, I will sign your CDs. You also get a Between Heaven and Hell poster signed like that. And you get some of these stickers. So you get an arsonist sticker. There's a whole pack right here. I got arsonist. Then you get, where's the other one? Damn it. There it is. You get the other version of the arsonist sticker right there. Boom. That's in the pack though. Man. Geechee's dope too, man. Then there's the qunique. There's one of the qunique stickers. That's we call that the OG qunique sticker. Then this one is done by my homie Phrase Art sticker. Qunique, boom, qunique right there. This is also like these designs. if you go to qunique.com, these designs are on shirts, hoodies, tank tops, and all of that. Here's another one, Zero1 sticker, qunique name, boom. There it is, qunique. And there's also the Vengeance is Mine Seeks remix cover right there. Is there any metal projects upcoming in the future? Medina Bridge album is pretty dope. Yeah, June Lee, check out Mother Fuzz. That's what I'm currently doing. Mother Fuzz. You could find it on, if you go to my main page on YouTube, go all the way down, you'll see one of the pages I subscribe to is my own page, Mother Fuzz. There's also Soul Gun. And the other one that's actual metal that I'm currently working on the next release is Rodimus, Radamus. So though that one you could check out for the metal. There's an EP out on Rodimus, and we're working on the album right now. So that's the deal with that. IAIN, what's going on? Gustavo, what's going on? So that's all the stickers. But when you go to qunique.com, q-unique.com, you can order 2 for 10, 2 CDs for 10. The original Vengeance is Mine, Mechanic. And I sign it. You get all the stickers. You get a poster. And you're gravy, man. Thank you, Kanisha. Have a beautiful weekend. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Scott, DK1, that's Crayon as well. He's in the chat right now. We were just talking about Mother Fuzz like 2 seconds ago. I would love to collab with Freddie Madball. I would love to collab with any New York hardcore band. I love New York hardcore, so. You want a sticker pack with a card of regrets? Gorilla Strong, you know the deal. So yo, Scott, you missed. I just told a whole story about Mother Fuzz and how you and I met, and you know, at first we weren't sure what this was gonna be, and then it turned into Mother Fuzz and whatever have you. So I already told the whole story. Mir Depp, what's the deal? Yeah, me and Danny Diablo would be dope too, man. Danny's that motherfucker is fun as shit. Are you and Fieldy doing anything new, or is Stillwell on hold? Jam, I would say that Stillwell is on hold for now. Stillwell is definitely on hold for now. Shine Eclipse, what's going on? Welcome. But currently, I would, if you're into what I do for rock, I would strongly suggest you go check out Mother Fuzz. We already released a bunch of videos, a bunch of songs, and I like them. I like what we did. I made some new friends with Crayon and Eric, and got to work with my boy Ray Luzier on this. And what's going up, Shaddy? What's going on, Shaddy Shats? So it was. This might be kind of a weird question to answer, but I want to know what is the best way to learn the history of hip hop? You're from the Czech Republic, and the best way to learn is, that's a good question. MCA Mob, it should be still available. So B-Boy Horse, I would say there's plenty. Here's what I would do, B-Boy Horse. Do me a favor, have B-Boy Horse, if you haven't seen the movie Wild Style, I want you to start by watching that movie. And the reason why I picked that movie is because, in my strong opinion, when it comes to hip hop, that movie is the most important hip hop movie ever made. And I'll explain why. Thank you, Yeesh. I appreciate that. That movie, the director, Charlie Ahern, was able to capture a moment in time in New York. He captured the most important part of hip hop, which is its beginnings. You see in the Cold Crush brothers. You see first of all, everybody in the movie Wild Style is a real person in hip hop. It's not like Beat Street where there's actors mixed, or Crush Groove, like there's actors mixed with rappers and whatever have you. Wild Style, everybody you're seeing is an actual fucking icon from hip hop. So you have the Cold Crush brothers in there. You have the Fantastic Five in there. You have Fab Five Freddy in there. You have the Rocksteady Crew in there. You have the Magnificent Force in there. You have Ramelzi in there. You have Kumo D, Double Trouble. Like, all of these names I'm naming are actual hip hop legends and icons and pioneers. So you have to watch that and understand that what you're watching, even though that there was like some little cheesy script that Charlie Ahern had, whoever put together in order to carry the movie, but the movie itself is so authentic because nobody's an actor, nobody's trying to be an actor, everybody's just doing, like when you see Cold Crush in the movie, they're doing what Cold Crush did at that time. They did harmonizing rap routines, and so did the Fantastic Five. When they go to Grandmaster Flash and he's in his kitchen and he's cutting back, that's what he did. When you see the Rocksteady Crew breaking in the middle of the club, like some crusty ass club in the South Bronx, that's what they did. So it's authentic, it's real. So you're getting an education by seeing somebody captured time and put it in this visual time capsule. And it's there for all of us to return to and just keep on looking at and saying to yourself, this is how it fucking was. This is how they did it back then. And then you follow that by watching the movie Style Wars. Now that's the documentary that just show, again, almost the same cast. Some new people are a part of it, but almost the same tribe of kids are now in this documentary, and now they're actually speaking what they're going through at the time. What's going on, Eon? What's the deal? So those two movies is what you start with. Start with those and really understand what you're seeing. What's going on, Braden, Josh? Motivation, thanks for releasing this song back then. Thank you, Shiny Clips. I appreciate the support. Thank you so very much. Thank you. So those two movies are extremely important to get an idea, because now you're getting the foundation. This whole shit that I do, that Nas does, that Ill Bill does, that Wu-Tang does, those two movies show you the people responsible for what we all do today. Those two movies in particular, those are the most important. So Wild Style and Style Wars, both. Because now when you watch it, you're like, this is the foundation for the entire thing. then you could get into the other ones. Then you could get into just different documentaries on you could watch individual shit. One of my favorite b-boy documentaries, although they don't talk about it a lot, was The Freshest Kids. I really enjoyed that movie. I'm in that movie briefly. I wasn't a b-boy, but I ended up in the movie anyway. But it's a really cool movie to watch, man. Again, you get the legends, the Crazy Legs, Mr. Wiggles, Fable, Spy, the Boogaloos out in Cali, and so on and so on. So I personally like that documentary. But after that, after you watch the two movies I told you, then you could just like handpick. Oh, I'm gonna watch the one on Netflix. There's like a series on Netflix. I forgot what they call it. And there's so many different documentaries after those two that you'll be fine after that. You could just randomly pick different ones and get educated that way. So I hope that answered your question. That was a cool question. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Crazy Legs, yeah. To me, he's the Rakim of b-boys, man. So that's the deal. You know what I was watching yesterday, and it's one of those documentaries that split the room, but I really love it, and I was on to my third time watching it, is the new Led Zeppelin documentary called Becoming Led Zeppelin. I love that movie. I love that movie. So I don't know if any, of course, B-Boy Horse, Jam 78, definitely. Nasty Ruckus, right? Those two movies, man, those two, Wild Style and Star Wars, man, they're just like, we have Beat Street, we have Break In, we have Crush Groove, we have, there's a bunch of documentaries that came out afterwards, Rhyme and Reason and Fade to Black, and there's so many different documentaries of Mics and Men. There's so many different individual documentaries on MCing and everything, but those two movies, Wild Style and Star Wars, are just set apart from everything else. They just are. The vibe about them is just crazy. It's just amazing that somebody thought to film that. Like, it blows my mind that somebody had the intelligence, was looking at something that everybody else thought was a fad and said, you know what? I'm going to film this. I have to capture this. That Charlie Ahern is a genius. He's a genius. Henry Chalfant, genius. The Detroit Throwers, what's up? Yes, Gorilla Strong. That drop. So my man Gorilla Strong over here, he Jam, we did have Headbangers Ball, but there's definitely, there was a documentary that this dude from, I think, Sweden did, and it's real intense. I got to get the name of it, where he digs for the history of metal. He digs for the history of metal, and he goes so far back. He goes all the way to like Beethoven and Bach, and he just shows you how certain chord progressions or certain musics or certain pieces just translated into metal later. And this guy really digs, and it's a brilliant, it's a few parts. I don't know the name of it. I believe he's from either Germany or Sweden, or I can't remember what country he was from. I remember it coming out in the early 2000s, like around maybe 2008, 2010. I don't remember the year, but it's a brilliant documentary on metal. Thank you, Detroit Throwers. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I do a lot of those clips weekly now. MC Wicks, what's the deal? Yeah, Matthew, have an awesome weekend, man. Thank you for being here. So Gorilla Strong also mentioned that I did this one clip at when the 50th anniversary of hip hop happened. I named like a majority of the underground rappers from the 90s that I came up with. So it's somewhere on my IG page. It's also on my YouTube page. You gotta dig for it. I'm wearing like a Rocksteady blue hat and an old Arsonist T-shirt where the flame is kind of like yellowish orange, and it's a gray T-shirt. And you see all the names I shout out. Rock bands, metal bands. What helped me learn a lot was knowing rock bands, metal bands as friends. Then you open the doors. Exactly. That's the other thing, is that you got to kind of like dive into the situation. That's why I know so much about the genres that I'm a part of, whether it's rock or hip hop, is because I dove into the deepest end of the pool in order to, because I'm passionate about it. I love both genres. I love all genres of music, really. You know, I can't say that. I just love music, man. So. Yes, yeesh. When you look at that clip that Gorilla brought up, I pay homage and made sure that these people got some sort of shout, because when I saw the 50th anniversary happening, I just felt like my graduating class wasn't my graduating class. I felt like it wasn't going to be remembered, so I felt that I had to do something about it, and so I did this clip where I named uh, a bunch of groups that came up during the time I came up in hip hop. And I definitely missed a few, and I'm annoyed by that, but overall, I named a lot of people and paid homage to a lot of people. So, you know, that's the deal with that. Um, where are we at? Oh, wow. Okay. Man, we going for it today, man. America's Most Wanted, salute to you. What's going on, man? So yeah, Tanya, like I agree with you. I dove in. I was passionate. I've always been passionate about music, and so I've always wanted to dive into the deepest part of the pool when it came to this. Yes, Jam. It definitely has a lot of we definitely freestyle named a lot of people on that song too. Mr. Hate, what's going on? Yeah, Tanya. That's the trigger. That's the trigger for sure. We need Q down over here in Chicago. Hey man, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. A lot of y'all asking for shows. Y'all gotta talk to the booking agents and the promoters in your neighborhoods and see what package I could be a part of. I don't know all of these people. Eve Sham, what's going on? Argentina. Um, I don't know the people that are booking hip hop shows in your areas, man. The venues and all of that. So and I know a lot has changed since the last time I went out. The last time I went out was with Vinny Paz. And then after that I did one more show with Vinny Paz in LA, and then I've been kind of chill. So yeah, like Tanya's saying, it's like I can't just get on a plane, show up in your neighborhood, and book the show. Like I know some of y'all know, and I'm not being condescending. The way it works is the promoter or the booking agent has to want to do the business part of it, and then gets at me, gets at another artist, puts a package together, and we do the shows. So they have to do that. The Apollo Theater in Harlem? Exactly, Yeesh. No, I'm good. I'm good. Thanks, Stutters. Um, in Chicago. Yeah, I mean, you know, look, I wanna go back on the road. I got Stutters on the cut. I got my homie Flex. I got my whole squad, and I'm definitely ready to get back on the road. I've been doing shows out here. I've been doing shows in LA, and everything's been like, I even got hired for a private birthday party, you know, a couple of weeks ago. You know, like it's been I've done Kushstock like 3 times. Um, like I said, I've done a couple of venues with Vinny Paz. So I've been doing shows out here, but now, you know, I'm definitely down to go out on the road. Oh, Nasty Ruckus, I would love to get back out. You're a funny guy, Crazy Legs. I would love to get back out on the road again, but let's see what happens, man. Like I said, my prediction is when I release the album, the qunique Rhythmatic album, I feel like maybe some shows will open up. So just stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. That's the deal. Thank you, Yeesh. Yeah, look, I want to go where everybody's at. I want to get there. So we've already confirmed that. Let's just see how things turn around for next year and with this new album. I'm very happy with this album. So, you know, get ready, man. Get ready. It's gonna be fun. Hey, yo, Legs, man. I'm on the YouTube shit too at the same time. At the same time. I'm excited too, Detroit. I'm very excited for this album, you know, because working with Rhett, he thank you, Gorilla. Thank you. That means a lot. Trust me. And I know you support me, man. You support me with the super chats. You support me always being in the room. You be posting my shit. Like Gorilla, people like Gorilla, Yeesh, Tanya, Zip. I mean, the list goes on, man. Eon, like a lot of y'all crazy, like a lot of y'all have been supporting me. A lot of y'all are day ones. You know what? Y'all, some of y'all are so day one with me. I was doing this drop for Spotify yesterday because they asked me to do a drop to thank people for streaming the music. And I ended the drop by saying, for those that were with me from day one, this is not just my music, it's our music. That's how I see it. It's ours. At that point, if you've been riding with me from the Arsonist or Vengeance Is Mine, Andrea, of course, Andrea is one of the biggest supporters as well. But if you've been riding with me since day one, whether it's Arsonist, Stillwell, qunique, Mother Fuzz, Rodimus, King's Bounty, Soul, it's our music. You've been on the journey with me, man. So, thank you. And that's how I ended it. Thank you. And I'm repeating that part because it means a lot to me, man. Tanya, I remember doing shows with Korn and or King's Bounty, and Tanya came out, seen a couple of shows, took pictures. Like, people, y'all show so much love that it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. You know what I mean? Yeesh bought a hoodie, fucking took pictures, sent it to me. Gorilla Strong be posting my shit. Fucking, you know what I mean? Like, y'all support. Andrea always making sure the links are up. Like, everybody. That's why I said this is a community. My music obviously is the play, but this is a community. We in a circle here together. And y'all are truly supporting me. And again, I don't take that shit lightly, man. That shit don't happen for everybody. I know this, man. So thank you. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Spoon. I appreciate that. Thank you, Detroit. Exactly. We in this community here, ain't no drama, right? And you can relax. You could relax. Just fucking, we come here, we talk about subjects, we talk about shit that we're passionate about. And y'all show support. And I keep it going. Keep it going. Thank you, Tanya. That means a great deal, Tanya. That means a great deal. More than any of y'all could imagine. Put it to you like this, so you can understand. Recently, I sat with one of the biggest metal managers on the planet. Okay? This person manages Avenged Sevenfold, Alice in Chains, the Deftones, Korn, System of a Down, Incubus, AFI, and maybe one other one that I'm missing. Scrappy Drummer, what's the deal? So imagine, you just heard all those names. This person manages Ensenada, what's going on? Bah. This person manages arguably some of the biggest bands in rock and metal history. And I was there to get some wisdom. And the one thing he repeated, and this man lives in a $10 million mansion. He is a king. He is a boss. The one thing he repeated was, Q, it is a lonely road you're on. For every recording artist, it is a lonely road. The reason why I'm saying that is because I know it is, but you guys are on the journey with me. So it's not that lonely. JP, it's not that lonely because I get to check in with y'all twice a week now. And y'all got my back. JP Muller, what's going on? So that shit is more important than anything. So if I'm telling you that the biggest rock and metal manager on the planet told me that, like he's looking at me and he's saying, yo, Q, it's a lonely road you're on. I don't care who you're in a band with. I don't care who you're rapping with. I don't care about none of that. You have to take care of yourself. So therefore, it's a lonely road. And accept that. Accept that fact. And I had to. Because I knew what he was saying was 1,000,000% accurate. But when I come on here and you guys are still in the room, like I know some of y'all names, I see them over and over again. Y'all are riding with me. So it's not that lonely. So part of the reason of me doing these things twice a week, so I'm not alone. And I get to hang with y'all virtually and all of that, yes, but I'm hanging. We talking, we building. So I'm not that lonely. Because when I do things, y'all are like, yo, that song you did with Sonny is dope. Yo, the song you did with Lord Goat is dope. Yo, that lead, like, you got my back? I know I say this a lot, and I know I repeat it a lot, but I just want you to know that I'm aware. And I don't take it for granted, man. Y'all are important to me. More than you could ever understand. So thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Camille, what up? Let me see. Imagine a person arguing. The one thing he repeated. Exactly, Yeesh. Thank you, Gorilla. I appreciate that. For those that don't understand, I'm doing a split. So on one side is YouTube, one side is Instagram. So I'm kind of like splitting today's live. On Fridays, I split the live between Instagram and YouTube. John F., dear man, what's going on? So that's the deal, man. That's the deal. I need WD-40, Tanya. Look, listen. Sound like I'm rocking in a haunted chair. That's funny, man. Oh my God. I don't do Discord yet. For next year, I'm probably gonna have to add Discord and the almighty Twitch. So get ready for that. Detroit. I did a whole album like that. I just never made it super public. There was a moment where I was doing it as a free download on my website, I produced all the beats, and I just got a bunch of different MCs from various parts of the United States. And I didn't know, I only knew like one of them. The rest were just like, I thought they were cool, and I invited them, and they did what they did. I might have to put that link back up just so you can check it out, man. It was done a while ago, so the mixes might not be up to par, but I did do that. I did work with a bunch of really super unknown rap. I don't even know if half of these people are rapping anymore. So it's like, who knows? But it was fun doing it, man. It was also interesting to hear where they were coming from on my music. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna have to dig for that link and put it back up on the site and let y'all be the judge of it. So I'll let you know when it's back up. Exactly. My son could DJ, and plus I could do. The thing is, I have to look at all of the situation with Twitch. I don't know much about Twitch. I only know a little bit, and but I do want to do some like live performances via live stream. So I have to look into Twitch and see what's what as far as copyright stuff and all that. That's why a lot of the times when I perform at the end of Live from the Lab on Wednesdays, it gets cut off because I get slapped with a copyright of my own fucking music. It's bizarre, but you know, that's computer shit. What are you gonna do? Rumble, I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm not really familiar with that at all, so I'm gonna have to look into that. Thank you for mentioning that. YouTube and Discord. I gotta get. Thank you guys for helping me with this. Matter of fact, my question to all of y'all is who's on Twitch here? If you could give me a thumbs up, in the comment, I would love to know how many of y'all are on Twitch. Give me a thumbs up, and then I'll ask each app as we go. But Twitch, I'm definitely interested to see how many of y'all go to Twitch. Let's see. Twitch, boom. I know Gorilla's on Twitch, so that's good. That's good. That's good. Got one familiar name up on Twitch. Booth. I don't know what Booth is at all. Michael Holdney, not familiar with Twitch. I used to do a lot. Lots of guys I watch quit. People are quitting Twitch? Jeez. Well, for next year, I'm looking to get into Twitch, Discord, and all of that. Twitch. Okay. I have a Twitch account and use it for raffles sometimes. Eon. A word? Okay. So then Discord, Twitch, Rumble, I'm gonna have to look into. I never heard of that one before. And whatever else I'm missing, I'll definitely look into. Discord. Okay, so everybody's up on Discord. I already have the OBS, so thank you for that. Booth doesn't sound good. Pause. Spoon. Don't get all Dame Dash with the pauses. Oh my God, yo. So yo, man, Tanya, as funny as that sounds, my homie Crazy Legs used to have a show called Lunch Breaks. He was way ahead of everybody. He was doing that shit on YouTube years and years ago. And I've always loved that show. And I want to talk to Legs because I think it'd be nice to revamp that show. I would love to do like a music cooking type of thing where I have guests come in, and that's how Crazy Legs had it. He would have guests come in, they would make lunch because it was called Lunch Breaks, and they would DJ a set and all of that. And I was up on there once. Destroy was the host at the time. He had Big Daddy Kane up there. I forgot, he had a lot of names up there. It was really dope. And so I don't even think it was on YouTube, man. I forgot where it was, but right, Michael? Thank you. That's what I got to look into, Gorilla, is the music scene on there and get familiar with it. So thank you for that. So you know that's our Friday in a nutshell, man. Thank you guys for being patient with me on the Mother Fuzz story. Obviously, I had an intention of just spreading some wisdom and just encouraging any of you and all of you that if you're passionate about something, and exactly, wheels are spinning. If you're passionate about something, just know that your plan might not be the be all end all to the goal. Just be prepared to look at what you're looking at from so many different perspectives, and be prepared that people in your life might encourage you to try a different angle. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just don't get so discouraged that you quit. Don't do that. Just find the way and enjoy it. And that's that. I did, Spoon. I did see the Fat Beats thing. It sucks that I wasn't a part of it, but I'm not in New York. So, you know, take the stepping stones. Exactly, Michael Holden. Exactly, Tanya. And that's also one of the conclusion. It's like, you know, when you look at certain things, Red the Islander, what's the deal? Even just to expand, like for instance, let's say, like one of those things, Tanya, it's dope that you brought that up. One of the careers that has a short life is an MMA fighter. MMA fighters genuinely don't last long, especially in the UFC. Some of them are megastars, some of them are rock stars, some of them are very popular. But if you watch it like I watch it, there are a lot of fighters in the UFC that you guys don't know about. And some of them get let go of because they just can't maintain the fucking streaks that are necessary to stay there. But as like what Tanya said, at least at the end of the day, when all is said and done and they're retired or whatever have you, they can say, there was a time in my life that I was in the UFC. So that could also be the be all end all. So anyway, so we're gonna bring this to a close, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Don't forget, next Wednesday we're coming right back with Live from the Lab, episode number 20. Look at that. And I'll have my new book report to read to you, a new subject. And then the following Friday, I will also be here to do, Friday Vibes with Q. Thank you all for chilling out with me. Thank you for your supports with the super stickers. Obviously, if you want to support even further, go to qunique.com, q-unique.com, hit the shop, having a little sale there, and with your purchase, you get stickers, you get a signed Between Heaven and Hell poster, and I'll sign you CDs as well. If you order CDs, the CDs are on sale. Also, if you like what I'm doing here or on Wednesdays, please, if you're here for the first time, please subscribe and hit that notification button. I'd really appreciate it. Over on Instagram, y'all already know, hit the like button on and the dope comments. I appreciate all the likes and the sharing and the dope comments as well. So thank you guys for hanging out with me today. This was a lot of fun. Thank you for the awesome questions. Thank you for your encouraging words. Thank you for your positivity. And please, please have a beautiful weekend. Much love to y'all. Spread love. Yes, Eon, you should be getting them this week. Spread love and stay safe, man. God bless all of y'all. Mad props and mad peace. Thank you. Yes, peace.